Welcome, guys. What if I told you that in 19th century America, a self-proclaimed emperor actually roamed the streets, issued decrees, and was beloved by an entire city? Today, we're diving into the extraordinary and utterly charming story of Joshua Abraham Norton, who, with nothing but conviction, declared himself Emperor of the United States and became San Francisco's most iconic and unconventional ruler. The story of Joshua Abraham Norton isn't a tale of conquest by armies or the inheritance of crowns, but a profoundly American epic of self-invention, collective delusion, and the sheer, unyielding power of a dream. He was a man who, having lost everything, chose not to succumb to despair, but to embrace a destiny so audacious, so utterly improbable, that it captivated a burgeoning city and etched itself into the very fabric of its legend. He was not born to rule, he declared it so, and in the vibrant, chaotic crucible of Gold Rush San Francisco, he was, for 2 decades, truly emperor. Joshua Norton was born around 1818 or 1819, likely in London, England, though details of his early life are as hazy as the San Francisco fog. He emigrated to the United States in 1849, drawn, like thousands of others, by the siren call of California's gold rush. He arrived in San Francisco not with a pickaxe, but with capital, around $40,000 inherited from his father. This was a substantial sum, and Norton quickly established himself as a shrewd and successful businessman. He invested in real estate, speculated in commodities, and by the mid-1850s, he was a respected, if not yet prominent, figure in the city's burgeoning mercantile class. He was a man of elegant dress, refined manners, and a reputation for fair dealings. His downfall was as dramatic as his subsequent rise to imperial glory. In 1857, a severe famine struck China, driving up the price of rice. Norton, seeing an opportunity, attempted to corner the rice market. He bought a shipload of Peruvian rice, expecting a lucrative profit. However, several other ships, laden with rice, arrived unexpectedly, flooding the market and causing prices to plummet. Norton, overextended and outmaneuvered, refused to cut his losses. He engaged in prolonged, bitter lawsuits, attempting to renege on his contracts. The legal battles dragged on for years, consuming his fortune and his sanity. By 1858, Joshua Norton was bankrupt, financially ruined, and profoundly disillusioned by the legal and economic system that had betrayed him. The city, still raw and untamed, was accustomed to men losing their fortunes, but Norton's response was unique. He didn't flee, nor did he descend into the anonymity of destitution. Instead, a new, magnificent obsession began to take root in his shattered mind. On September 17, 1859, the San Francisco Bulletin printed a declaration that would forever change the city's landscape and secure Norton's immortality. At the peremptory request of a large majority of the citizens of these United States, I, Joshua Norton, formerly of Algoa Bay, Cape of Good Hope, and now for the past 9 years and 10 months of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States, and in virtue of the authority thereby vested in me, I do hereby order and direct the representatives of the different states of the Union to assemble in the musical hall of this city, on the 1st day of February next. Then and there to make such alterations in the existing laws of the Union as may ameliorate the evils under which the country is laboring. With this audacious proclamation, a new sovereign was born, not from divine right, nor military might, but from the sheer force of a shattered mind's conviction and the willing, whimsical embrace of a city hungry for spectacle. He later added Protector of Mexico to his growing list of titles. He set up his imperial residence in a modest boarding house and began issuing decrees, often published in the local newspapers, which treated his pronouncements with a mixture of amusement and genuine affection. For the next 2 decades, Emperor Norton became an indispensable fixture of San Francisco. His daily ritual was legendary. He would walk the streets, resplendent in a faded blue military uniform with gold epaulets, reportedly given to him by officers at the Presidio, a beaver hat adorned with a peacock feather, and a sword at his side. He carried a cane, and often, an umbrella. His 2 faithful canine companions, Lazarus and Bummer, stray dogs adopted by the city and often seen accompanying him, became as famous as he was. His reign was marked by a unique brand of benevolent eccentricity. He issued hundreds of decrees, often commenting on the pressing issues of the day. He dissolved the U.S. Congress more than once, abolished the Republican and Democratic parties, demanded the construction of a bridge tunnel across San Francisco Bay, a remarkable foresight decades before the Bay Bridge was built, and even decreed that those who referred to San Francisco as Frisco should be fined $25. These decrees, often published in local papers, were read with delight and became a source of civic pride. He printed his own imperial bonds, denominated in dollars, which were accepted by many local businesses, bars, and restaurants, testament to the city's playful indulgence and affection for him. These bonds are now valuable collector's items. He was often seen inspecting public works, advising policemen, or holding court in restaurants, where he was invariably given a free meal. Theaters reserved prime seats for him. He was a living, breathing symbol of the city's tolerant, unconventional spirit. People often approached him with their disputes, and he would offer pronouncements, sometimes insightful, sometimes whimsical, always delivered with grave sincerity. He became a kind of unofficial ombudsman, a moral compass in a city still finding its bearings. The city's embrace of Norton was profound. Police officers would salute him. Cable car conductors offered him free rides. Merchants provided him with food and shelter, often refusing payment for services. When a particularly zealous policeman once arrested him for lunacy, a public outcry forced his immediate release, and the police chief issued a formal apology, stating that the emperor had lost nothing of his sanity. Norton's presence seemed to offer a psychological counterpoint to the relentless pursuit of wealth and the harsh realities of frontier life. He represented freedom from convention, the dream of self-determination, and a playful resistance to the rigid hierarchies of society. He was, in essence, the living embodiment of San Francisco's bohemian soul. On January 8, 1880, Emperor Norton I collapsed on a street corner while walking to a lecture. He was found by police and quickly taken to the hospital, where he died. The initial police report listed his cause of death as congestion of the brain. His death was met with an outpouring of genuine grief. The San Francisco Chronicle published an obituary headlined, "The King is Dead." Over 10,000 people lined the streets of San Francisco for his funeral, a solemn procession that included mourners from all walks of life: bankers, laborers, clergy, and ordinary citizens. It was a testament to the profound impact this eccentric emperor had on his adopted city. The Society of California Pioneers paid for his magnificent redwood coffin. His headstone simply reads, "Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico." Joshua Norton's legacy far outlived his physical presence. He remains one of San Francisco's most beloved and enduring historical figures, embodying the city's unique blend of eccentricity, tolerance, and independent spirit. He has been immortalized in countless books, plays, songs, and even comic books. Neil Gaiman's Sandman series features him prominently. Mark Twain, a contemporary in San Francisco, reportedly used Norton as an inspiration for the character of the king in Huckleberry Finn. His decrees, particularly his call for a bridge tunnel across San Francisco Bay, are often cited as remarkably prescient. Norton's story is a profound meditation on the nature of reality and the collective imagination. He held no true power, yet by sheer force of will and the willing participation of a community, he created an empire, proving that sometimes belief is all that is required for a dream to become real. Joshua Norton was not a general, a politician, or a tycoon. He was a bankrupt merchant who decided he was emperor. And in San Francisco, that was enough. His reign, a beautiful, bizarre, and utterly unforgettable chapter in American history, continues to inspire, reminding us that sometimes the most profound impact can come from the most unlikely of sources, if only we are willing to believe.